What's up, homie?
AFC North fans everywhere. Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Cincinnati Bengals fans. Baltimore Raven fans and Cleveland Brown fans, if there are any out there. Welcome to another Friday night episode of the Homies podcast. I'm one of three tonight. We got the Homies Pay in the building. Pay, what's happening, man?
Checking in. Another Friday down, another week down. We're closer to kickoff. Can't you smell the pigskin and cut grass in the air?
Yeah, I smell that cut grass. I'm gonna sneeze, man. Allergies to fresh grass. What you know about fresh grass growing up in Chicago, man? The concrete jungle.
You think we don't have grass in Chicago?
Ain't no grass in Chicago.
That's only out west Chicago, and everywhere else there's plenty of grass. You're getting New York and Chicago mixed up.
Okay. The homie B Dirt in the building. What's up, B Dirt?
What up, Tate? I see you got that jersey on backwards, just like that contract. I appreciate that. Man, I second what Pay's saying. I'm ready for hoodie season. I just got done spending a few days in way too hot Atlanta. So I'm ready for football and no, Pay, football season, you need a hoodie at night.
I did not say that. I did not say I was done with
I didn't think he said that. I didn't think he said that.
That's football season to me.
He said fresh cut grass and smelling the pigskin.
I didn't say anything about being done with summer.
I'm ready. I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for football.
Listen, every day I would do 10 sweaty back days versus 1 minute in frigid air.
Listen, I'm excited about September, October, November. I didn't say nothing about January, February.
It's cold. Them months you just said it's cold.
Nah, it's good.
Yeah, I mean,
players suck.
For mine, the fall is my favorite. September and October are my two favorite months. So I put 3 in a row: be September, October, November. What are yours, B Dirt?
Same.
3 consecutive months.
Exact same.
Okay.
May, June, July.
Oh, yeah. You from a tropical people.
Tropical people that like sundresses.
Hey, I like sundresses too. I also like boots. You know,
I'm sick of the boots. Sidebar. Enough of the cowgirl. Enough of the cowboy and cowgirl boots. Put on regular shoes. It's over.
I was really talking about like Uggs, like fashionable boots.
Uggs.
You know?
What? Again with the New York fashion. What's up with this, man?
On the East Coast, man.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
I get you though, Pay. I mean, listen. Beyonce started saying country music. Now everybody's a cowgirl. I get it.
I'm
Everybody's
tired.
a cowgirl.
I'm sick of it. If I hear boots no more boots on the ground. Enough.
She was just down your way last week, Pay, right? I know she was.
She was in Atlanta this week.
She was on like a Wednesday, Thursday, then came back for Saturday, Sunday, or Sunday.
Monday.
I believe
was it Monday?
First show was last Saturday, and she was here all the way through.
No,
Wednesday.
She had a Thursday show. Okay, so you said she's Saturday and stayed till Wednesday?
I believe so.
You obviously didn't go.
No, I just missed it.
Okay. B Dirty, she coming to Pittsburgh, and if so, are you going?
Don't know. No. I was in Atlanta when she was there. They were all over the hotel taking pictures and everything.
Yeah. I kind of enjoyed that part though.
Yeah, I know a few people down that way that was going to concerts on different days. But I tell you, my wife's a big fan of going to. She's been like the Beyonce. She wanted to go to this one, but she was here on the 4th of July. But like she's been like 6 or 7 times, man. I swear that's got to be at least about 2,500 to $3,000 just in tickets for probably for 6 shows. Way too much money. Way too much.
Let's
It's this
see.
time of the year. I went to one time when there was the On the Run tour back in 14. That was when her and Jay-Z were performing together. Went to that one. That's the only one I've been to though.
Yeah, I just looked it up. She was there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
In
10th through the 14th in Atlanta.
Yeah, okay.
Got every drop of Atlanta.
Oh, hey man. Come on, man. That's for frustrated Chicago people, man.
Yeah, no, she drained Atlanta dry. Got every drop of it.
Oh, okay.
Estimated revenue of $55.4 million.
Mm.
How much?
55.4 mil
In what?
in estimated revenue.
Oh, for the economy in Atlanta in 4 days, huh?
No, for Beyonce's
So
economy.
for Beyonce's tour.
She got paid that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it gives you the attendance and the revenue. So far on this tour, she has a revenue of $387.8 million.
Wow.
Now, of course, she's paying people out of that pot too. But
Yeah. That's not counting overhead, but that's gate money, right? B Dirt.
that's a lot. That's what that
Gate
is.
money.
That's a lot.
Hey man, well, shout out to everybody in the live chat. Pay if you could shout out some of the people out there, man, when we get started.
All the homies and the homie affiliates, Kathy, Juice, Stiller Lee, Jay Sneed, of course, Afton. You got Craig in the building, Robert, Gerald, Jay Steed, and everyone's favorite, Claude Bishop.
Claude in the building. Shout out Rob. Shout out Claude, Juice, Afton, the chat
Jared
general,
Devil.
Jared Devil, Craig Werlow, Steeler Lee, TD, Tom Dessenberger, Big Pun is in the building. Make sure, try not to miss anybody. Tim Lyons in the building. What's up, Tim? Felicia in the building. Fee, what's happening? Shout out to you. There go Claude. Claude in the building. Ronald Blake. Kathy, mother of Afton in the building. That might be everybody that's here for now. A lot of comments though. I'm scrolling through people's Kitteridge in the building. It's a new one to me, Kit. Are you new? If you are, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the part of the homies crew. We definitely appreciate you. If you are a return viewer, watcher, thanks for joining us tonight. And have fun over there with the homies in the live chat. Mark in the building. What up, Mark Cunningham? Mean Joe in the building. There's a lot of you guys trying to catch up. Pace said Gerald Abernathy, Val Ford. Brett Howe in the building. And we're caught up. Okay, fellas. What's happening? We ready to talk some football as soon as we get back from this break. If you're watching on YouTube, we're not going anywhere. Go ahead and call a friend. Tell them send the link on your phone. Tell them check it out. We about to talk AFC North football. First and most importantly, we're going to talk that guy, TJ Watt, and him re-signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we'll get into the conversation here in just a second. Watching on YouTube, stay with us. You listen on audio platform. We have to hear a few words from our partners and advertisers. We'll be right back after this. Thanks for rocking out with us. And we're back on Homies Friday night. You got B Dirt and Pay rocking out here with us.
Got a super chat already.
Super chat. All right. Thanks for keeping up with that for me. But just let me know when one pops up. Oh, it's from the homie,
The
Mr. Matrix
bishop of the
himself,
Matrix.
the Bishop of the Matrix. Shout out, Claude. Thanks for the two. Do you think that the Steelers overpaid TJ Watt?
We would have never got that, but money well spent.
You all do know that Claude is I believe this is my assumption. Claude is it's a driver by occupation, right? Maybe a truck driver or something of that road. And that's what he does. When he puts money on the table for super chats, he likes to get us back on the road. And he's steering the conversation.
That's why he's a chat general.
That's the main thing. The main thing is that what Tomlin would say.
That's exactly it. Keeping the main thing. The main thing. Tate, as minor clarification, not the chat general. He is a Matrix governor. But I believe that question was well, it's to all of us. Well, do you think TJ Watt was overpaid?
Well, let's talk about the signing. Then we'll talk about the contract and what we think about it. So the Steelers re-signed TJ Watt yesterday. The deal finally got done. It's for a 3-year extension, $123 million. That's where I was at anyway. $41 million for 3 years. Now, the guaranteed is where they met in the middle. Guaranteed $108 million. TJ wanted probably another year on the contract at the same amount of money. But how it worked out, they met in the middle. TJ took 3 years. The Steelers kicked in some more guaranteed money, $108 million to that tune. So he plays this year on his old contract. Then there's 3-year extension. They can get out the last year. They got to pay him $15 million and cut him before the season if they want to let him go so he can try and find work elsewhere. If that's what happens. I don't think that's what's going to happen. But let's talk about it, fellas. TJ Watt did say he's a Steeler for life. So he put this on the social media. TJ Watt, I'm quoting TJ Watt here. I'm reading it. They can say what they want. I'm not going anywhere. Pittsburgh gave me more than football. It gave me a reason to stand for something bigger. I'm here to help carry the legacy. And when it's all said and done, I'll still be wearing black and gold. Always. Quote from TJ Watt, one of his socials. So, fellas, let's talk about it then. So, Pay, you go ahead. Go first. When your thoughts on the contract, what you think and stuff like that.
Can I make a comment about that quote?
Sure.
Real easy to make that quote when they make you the highest paid non-quarterback in football for the second time in your career. The Steelers did that. I mean, if that's the real feeling, you put that out there before $41 million, whole lot of difference in how much it carries, weight it carries to me. Used to be the highest paid non-quarterback in football. I'm gonna say nice things about you too. Woo!
But B Dirt, don't you think if he had said that first, that he loses leverage with that? It sounds like I really don't want to go anywhere.
I get what you're saying.
Both things can be true.
Both things can be true, but I mean that I'm never going anywhere. It's real easy to say when you sign a contract for $41 million per year, it's going to carry you to you 35 years old. Duh. I mean, I could have told you that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I do. I'm a Steelers fan. I think Steelers fans feel like he wanted to be in Pittsburgh. I mean, if another team was offering the same amount of money, he probably would have still wanted. I'll pick Pittsburgh still. But Pay, what are your thoughts?
So you already pointed out it's a 3-year, $123 million extension, which makes his full compensation 4 years, 144.05, right?
It's like $36 million a year if you want to average all four together.
Yeah. So I think the crucial point to this contract is $108 million of that is fully guaranteed. First 3 years of the extension is fully guaranteed. The last year is not, which is smart business. He'll be, as B pointed out, 35 years old once that contract gets into his final season, right? I think that we all knew that they were going to be a meeting in the middle, and it wasn't going to let this drag out until training camps. I don't think anybody actually believed that he was going to hold out, and the Steelers were not going to get this thing done before it was time to actually get back to work. All signs in this free agency is that they are trying to take one more shot at this thing, and as in a last dance sort of fashion. So why even play that game with your best player? Now, I think the critical question as it relates to Steeler Nation, and again, I'm just an outside looking in guy. You all got boots on the ground. Shout out to Beyonce. You walk and tell me if this part is true. I do believe that the big question is it too much for somebody of his, not only of his age, but if it's too much for somebody who's produced 0 playoff wins in his career?
Well, let me answer that question. Let me pull up Gerald's super chat. Quick answer to your question, Pay. I don't think defensive edges lead teams to playoff wins. I think quarterback play. And for the majority of TJ's career, he's going to his 8th season, 5 seasons. He's not played with elite quarterback play. And even though when he played with a Hall of Fame quarterback, he was on the downside of his career. I mean, when you're a DPOY or you're in the top 3 in that discussion, 3 other years that you didn't win and one that you probably should have won, I think he's doing all he can. I mean, even one of the games they lost against Kansas City in the playoffs in Kansas City against Patrick Mahomes, that defense was playing outstanding. He got a pick and ran a Patrick Mahomes interception to the house, which Steelers were up 7-0. He's done what he can. I mean, so I won't put the blame on him. I mean, the blame goes on the team, the coaching, everything. I mean, so I don't put that on TJ. Go ahead, be dirty, read Gerald's comic, man.
Gerald Abney, thank you for the $1.99. This comment basically has been in the chat 3 or 4 times, but now we got some super chat behind it. Chat went away, but I can tell you what it is.
Ready to play.
Does this hurt the Bengals' chances of Trey? So, the thing is, will this signing of TJ Watt hurt the chances of the Bengals signing Trey Hendrickson? I think it has zero effect on it. I've heard a lot of the national people saying now it's going to be, you're going to have to pay $42 million for Trey. That's absurd. There's not a damn team in the NFL that's going to pay $42 million a year for Trey Hendrickson. Trey Hendrickson does one thing and one move from one spot on the field really well. Is it worth a very good contract? It is. Is it worth being the highest paid non-quarterback in the league? No, it's not. TJ Watt averages more sacks per season. TJ Watt averages more interceptions. TJ Watt averages more turnovers. TJ Watt averages more tackles. He is more versatile as a player. They are not the same. They're not the same. Trey Hendrickson is an edge on a 4-3. He's going to stand there and bull rush you and then try to bend around the corner. That's it. End of story.
Hey, B-Dirt.
Hold on.
B-Dirt.
Go ahead.
Real quick, I agree with you 100% about Trey Henderson. Who it does affect is Micah Parsons because he's next up.
Micah Parsons is going to get 42 or 43. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pay.
I agree.
And to that point, the Bengals are comfortable with the number that Trey Hendrickson's coming through the door with, right?
It's the years.
But now that the market has been adjusted just a little bit, even for older guys, I do kind of agree with Mr. Gerald Abernathy, right? I do agree with that thought process because high tide raises all ships.
I get that, but do you think for one moment that the Bengals and Trey Hendrickson's camp didn't think that TJ Watt was going to sign for at least $40 million?
Of course, they
So
assumed it, and
that's already been a given in all the. So where we're at was caused by that already.
mm-hmm.
I don't think it was egregious enough over the $40 million for Myles Garrett. If it would have been 45, now we'd be having a conversation, because then Trey would probably want somewhere in between the 40 and 45. To me, I think Trey Hendrickson, his whole thing is he wants the fourth year. He wants 2.5 years guaranteed. The Bengals want to give him 3 years and guarantee 2.
Well, that seems like the Steelers' move and T.J. Watt's move should benefit the Bengals and Trey Henderson. He sees T.J. took less than what he was asking for and settled somewhere in the middle. Maybe that makes Trey settle somewhere in the middle.
Dominoes.
I think this is where we thought they were going to land. So my guess is, listen, I think Shamar Stewart going back to Texas A&M affects Trey Hendrickson more than the TJ Watt signing does. Tim Lyons here says, I think Trey will get 3 years, $32 million a year. I would have agreed, but if Shamar Stewart is at College Station, Bengals might have to pay a little bit more. Might have to pay 35 or 36 a year to get that done. Listen, if they do 3 years,
he may go back to school.
If they do 3 years, 105, 70 of it guaranteed. Done.
Yeah, that's
75 of it guaranteed, and give 5 of it. That's it. There's $16 million towards the salary cap this season, but he's actually making $21 million for the season. He's got 5 of it paid up front, but his average when he signed that 1 year extension, it was a $21 million extension. Just 5 of it was paid in a bonus.
You're saying Shamar Stewart is taking night classes or going back for another semester?
He went back to Texas A&M to work out. He's not working out with the Bengals, so he's working out at Texas A&M. There's a bunch of rumblings that he may try to go back to college and challenge the NCAA ruling there. If he does, you know how the NCAA is. They ain't going to do anything fast. He ain't going to find out till next season anyway.
The old Elway, huh?
But
yeah, I mean, I listen.
Elway was threatening baseball, but yeah, same difference.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, so the top 3 highest paid non-quarterbacks are all in our division, the AFC North. You got TJ Watt, who just took over the throne from Jamar Chase, who took over the throne from Myles Garrett. So big guy over there, Dak Prescott, is getting $60 a year. He's the highest paid player, quarterback or otherwise, highest paid player in the NFL. So the question is, who do we think's next? We already addressed Myles Garrett. I think he's probably next. B Dirt just gave us a lot of insight on Trey Hendrickson and what could potentially happen with that situation. But the question is, Lamar Jackson is also in some sort of negotiation with the Ravens front office. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are. They are already talking about contract extensions for the should have been 3-time MVP.
No, I agree. Should have been. I mean, so he has to surpass Dak, right?
Well, yeah, the mark has been set, but it's not a hard rule. You don't have to do it. I mean, you can when you're in a championship contending situation.
It's not a steadfast rule, but go ahead.
It's not hard code, put it like that. When you're in a championship contending situation, unlike what the Dallas Cowboys have been in for the last 30 years, you can leave a little bit on the table. You can, do one of those ghost deals that has disappearing money at the end of the contract, move stuff around to make sure everybody's happy. I leave something open in the cap. I get all my stuff up front. That's the type of stuff that you see out of teams that are winning, especially with their superstars. Patrick Mahomes did stuff like that, even though Patrick Mahomes took a deal that is wildly below his market rate. But to the point, you saw Tom Brady do it, Patrick Mahomes do it, the Ravens are doing it all over the place. That's just how teams are made. But yeah, I do believe that one way or another, when Eric DaCosta and Lamar shake hands and put pen to paper, it will be something that is reported to be an historic contract extension.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. But then Patrick Mahomes is kind of doing the Brady thing, right? He just wants fair market value. You don't have to be the highest. He's about winning. Not that nobody else is not about winning, but I think Patrick Mahomes sees the big legacy picture. Peter, I want to swing it over to you with this one. No Diddy for myself, but man, dude, I got Jalen Carter up there. Do we think Jalen Carter? He's coming up off his rookie deal. Will be up after this year, I believe. Do we think he has potential to jump up in those numbers?
Well, I don't know if it'll be in that elite of number just because, there's a lot of the success on the Eagles team, I think, is also in numbers, right? They have a plethora of good linemen, linebackers. He definitely is going to get up there as far as interior defensive linemen, but I don't think interior defensive linemen really ever get to what an edge rusher or somebody like that. I don't think he's been.
What's the guy's name? Plays for Kansas City. That'd be interior.
Smith. Chris Jones.
Chris Jones. Okay, I'm gonna look at his contract while you finish talking.
So Chris Jones, maybe in that realm. He's going to get well paid for a defensive interior lineman. I just don't think, we haven't seen anybody really wreck the league from interior defensive linemen since Aaron Donald, right? Aaron Donald was a defensive player of the year. If he assimilates to that, if he's defensive player of the year, if he gets that DPOY this year, then we start having different conversations. But he wasn't even in the conversation for DPOY last year.
I will cry on camera if we are talking about highest non-pay quarterbacks at any point in the future and Jalen Carter's name is being mentioned.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I mean, that position, but Chris Jones, I guess about 33 a year. He got 5 years, 158.7, 159, 95 guaranteed. So I think Jalen Carter will get more than that. Not highest paid non-quarterback, but I just think he's one of the next big contracts that's
Chris
coming
Jones
up.
Getting 32. I don't see. I mean, I still think it's in that realm. I don't think it's over 35. I can agree with that. The homie Mark Cunningham, I never know if he really caught me with a no Diddy or he just liked to hear old school UPMD.
No Diddy. You got to chill.
Probably both.
Look column A, look column B.
Hey, so got another question before we take our break, and we'll come back from break and talk about some of the other stuff going on in the North. Talk about training camp upcoming. So as far as NFL brothers go, how do we rank them? Is there anybody that's missing that? I mean, so we got, and this actually started from J.J. Watt's tweet yesterday when it's showing J.J. Watt's career earnings $129.7 million over 12 years, and his brother, baby bro, signed a 3-year deal worth that much. Basically, he's saying, we go to dinner, you better never let me reach for my wallet. That's what JJ saying. It's picture of when they're kids. So we have the Watt brothers, we have the Manning brothers, the Barber brothers, and the Bosa brothers. So if we can't scratch them, but if we don't include the Manning brothers because they're quarterbacks, both 2-time winning Super Bowl quarterbacks, their legacy kids, their dad was a great NFL quarterback.
If we don't include the Manning brothers, the Watt brothers are the only two that both of them are going to be in the Hall of Fame on this list. But there's another set of brothers that are both going to be in the Hall of Fame that aren't on there, and that's the Kelseys.
Yeah, the Kelseys. You talking about podcast Hall of Fame or NFL Hall of Fame?
NFL Hall of Fame. They'll both be in.
That's true. I forgot about them. That's true. Rondé's already in the Hall of Fame. Tiki has zero chance. Zero chance. Not even one of those posthumous Hall of Famers.
No, I mean, how long has he been retired? More than 10 years, right? No, he's not getting in.
Okay. I mean, I can respect that. Is it outside of the Kelseys? Can you think of any set of brothers
that you didn't mention? We got obviously the tiers are Kelseys and Watt at the top tier, and you go a tier below it, not including the quarterbacks, other Mannings. I think those are cheat codes, right? You got the Barber brothers, as you mentioned.
Oh, another good one.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame. What was the other one you put up? I don't think it's been the Bosa's. Yeah, I don't think it's been that many sets of brothers. Those are the only brothers I can mention. In fact, we go past.
What's the big bias about B-Dirt?
Maybe there was some brothers prior to the Super Bowl era, but them the only 7 that I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, all those are legit. I will agree with that. All right, well, if you're watching on YouTube, we're not going anywhere. If you listen on the audio platform, we have to take a quick break and hear a few words from our partners and advertisers. Thanks for rocking out with us. Pittsburgh fan, TJ is back in the building, and I'm feeling really, really, really good about this right now, man. We're going to talk about what we're expecting in training camps and stuff like that on the second half of the show. So if you watching, we'll be right back after these words. Welcome back to the Homies Friday night, the Homies podcast. Tate here with Pay and B-Dirt in the building. Big G still out. He'll be back soon. He thought he was going to be back, but he hadn't got his full release from his doctor. But even when he's released, he'll be going back to working. Before all this, he had took a sabbatical from Friday nights because of his work schedule. So hopefully we'll see him on Steel Curtain Network on Wednesday. And you probably see him on Steeler Almighty with Big B. Even I know Big B is on vacation somewhere in the islands right now. So I'm sure them guys will be back together next week. But fellas, let's talk about training camps. The kind of the entire thing. Destination this season 2025 is about to take off next week. By the time we're back on air again, next Friday night, everybody will be at camp. Everybody probably will have had at least a day of practice, right? I'd say so. So let's just talk about Cleveland, because if B-Dirt knows we're looking for a Cleveland representative. Hopefully we'll have one sometime in the near future before the season starts. But B-Dirt, so Cleveland, what do we think? There's talk about, well, because I watch the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show sometime on YouTube, that podcast. Them guys do good work over there. Shout out to them. But it's been talk about Shedeur Sanders is looking good, and Kenny Pickett could be the odd man out. I mean, I don't know much all about it, but what are we thinking? Either one of you guys, what do we think about the quarterback room in Cleveland right now?
I mean, that's where all eyes are going to be, right? They have some pretty good players on defense. They have some decent weapons.
I looked at their depth chart on defense. So they have a really, really good defense.
Yeah, so it's just all about, can the offense stay on the field long enough to take some pressure off of the defense? And now we have some issues with Quinshon Judkins, off the field issues. How's that going to affect them? And what are they going to get from their quarterback group? Even if they're playing, normally, unless it's the elite of the elite when it's a rookie quarterback, there's normally some ups and downs, right? Not very often do you get the Jaden Daniels of the world where they come in and kind of just set the league on fire. Normally, look at Bo Nix last year. He had some learning curve early in the season. So I think that's going to be all eyes on the quarterback position and figuring out what's going on in the running back room as well. Kenny Pickett, I mean, it didn't look like a dumb signing until they spent all their draft picks on quarterbacks. Now it looks like, what'd you do that for? Essentially, they spent 3 draft choices on quarterback.
Yeah, that's technically because they traded like a 5th or 6th for Kenny Pickett.
I don't know. It wasn't a pick you could sneeze at. It was something. It wasn't like a throwaway.
Go ahead, Pay. What's your take on the Browns while I look up what Kenny Pickett got traded for?
Well, taking the Browns is that the pity, but yes, they have a good defense. Yes, they've had a good defense for years. Everyone knows that. They have Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year, and a host of great players behind them. So what? All eyes are going to be on that quarterback room, as B Dirt said, come camp. I wish somebody nutted up. I wish Cleveland Browns had did it and did the offseason hard knocks. I mean, we want to see what goes into these ridiculous decisions.
Yeah, nutted up. Yeah, listen, you're right though, man. Your defense can be as good as you want it to be. If it's on the field a majority of the game, if you lose the time of possession by 10 minutes, don't matter.
So real quick, Pay, go ahead and read, and thanks for Super Chat, Mean Joe. Read Mean Joe Super Chat if you would, Pay, with those young eyes.
Do you see Steelers needing outside help at safety or shifting Ramsey from cornerback to shore up Minka's departure? Thanks, Mean Joe.
Yeah, thanks, Mean Joe. My take on that is Ramsey will be moved all over. He'll play the majority of his time at corner. If I was going to say, it'd probably be 85% of his snaps when we play between the outside corner and the slot corner, the nickel. They will use them in some packages, move them around and stuff, but you don't trade Minka, who's a top 3 free safety, to trade for Jalen Ramsey, and his strongest position is corner. He can play safety, but you don't put him back there just to get worse at safety. I think they'll make a move this week on the safety to pair up, switch positions with Juan Thornhill. Rotate with Ron Thornhill, not switch positions. Rotate with Juan Thornhill, and we'll see who that is sometime this week, I believe. But yeah, I don't think Jalen Ramsey plays more safety than he does at any of the corner positions. And somebody had a comment about, thanks, Mean Joe, TJ putting on bulk. TJ did bulk up. If you saw some of his workout photos, there's a picture of him and Nick Herbig yesterday. I think TJ is doing that because TJ knows to last through the duration of his contract, he has to add more to his game. So he's gonna be use more power rushing too than we've seen him before. He's been on the edge and mostly a speed guy with good hand placements and a good whip around and stuff like that. I think you'll see a different, and he don't move him around, you'll see different things from TJ we're not used to seeing. But yeah, I agree with the Bengals of B Dirt. You didn't do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Just for a shot at Big G. The Browns the past 2 years have had 2 Ohio State players that have gotten in trouble and kind of caused disruption. So, hey, It's just they haven't been to court yet. Well, Quinshawn Judkins hasn't been to court yet, so we don't know what has happened. But in both cases, there was domestic violence. So, if it's true, terrible. If it's not, still terrible that something could be portrayed as such. You put yourself in that position. Young people, please stop. But let's not talk too much about that. We got Cleveland finishing at the bottom of the division. B Dirt, let's talk about the Bengals. What's coming up with their training camp? When do they report?
Saturday.
This Saturday?
Rookies come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a week from tomorrow.
Yeah. So I it's all about the defense, right? Everybody knows. And I really think I like what we did. I know, if you just look at the team on paper, we lost Jermaine Pratt. It's a lot of tackles, but he also missed a lot of tackles. And we had some rookie defensive linemen. I think they're going to be a little bit better. You bring in the guy for the Packers, I think is going to help us there. On the we get, safety and corner help back. A couple guys that were injured last year. I think there's some makings there to start turning it over. I really think Al Golden is a huge piece of this. I think his scheme, he seems to be scheming up a little bit more based upon what we have in the building. I like that. And then the other thing is going to come down to, can we get pass rush on the quarterback? Plain and simple. If you can cover up a lot of blemishes. If you can't, could be a long day.
So who are we expecting to provide that pass rush if Trey doesn't get signed and Shamar Stewart goes back to school?
Boy, I mean, at that point, you're looking at
Chase.
You're looking at Miles Murphy, and you're looking at Joseph Osai, and then who did, the second half of last season looked pretty good. But you're also at that point, you're going to have to blitz. You're going to have to scheme some of that up, and you're going to play a little bit high risk reward, probably a defensive style.
Right.
Or have one of them expensive wide receivers. Hey, why don't y'all go out there and play defense every now and then? Go on out there, chase the quarterback.
But the whole reason why Lou Anarumo is not there anymore is because he wasn't developing young talent on the defensive front. He wasn't giving anybody any chances on I shouldn't say just defensive front, on the defensive side of the ball. Miles Murphy, now that he's got a little more tutelage and development, does he take a step up? Does he make the turn? Joseph Osai's on a 1-year prove-it deal. Does he step it up? Like, there's some avenues for it to step up. Does it hurt if there's no Trey Hendrickson? Oh, hell yeah. A lot. We know what he's capable of.
I watched your podcast the other day, B Dirt, with Jeff Hartman on Steel Curtain Network.
Mm-hmm.
And you seen your assessment on there. What I saw you say, and tell me if I'm wrong, you think in order for the Bengals to compete, I mean, you want the defense to finish somewhere in the middle. Don't have to be a top 10 defense. Give me 15, 16, 17.
Correct.
And the offense to take care of the rest.
Yeah, if you get me from 14 to 18, I'm good.
Okay.
Would you settle for 25?
No, sir. No, sir.
Man, that's an improvement.
No, sir.
Was it? Where were they last year?
Right around there.
Right around there? Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, I think that's the key. I think the Bengals, it's hard to count Baltimore out, but I think as far as offense go, I'm talking about, I think the Bengals have, and Baltimore, arguably, I think we see a fall off from Derrick Henry, a little fall off. I mean, he had 1,700 yards this year. He'll get 1,100 this year.
He had 19.
Did he have 19?
He was right there. He was right there bumping up on 2,000. I think it was 19.
Yeah, it might. I don't know if it was 19. It might be 1870 something.
Close enough. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a fall off from Derrick Henry. I mean, he is 32 now, so 1,100 for a 32-year-old is still amazing. But you can't.
Yeah, you're right. Not 1921.
Mm-hmm. You can't expect that type of from no matter the age of your running back. 1,900-yard season happens once in a career. So, and I'm crazy that Derrick Henry has come close to that twice. So yeah, he is going to regress in some fashion this year.
Here we go. Pro Football Reference. We have Pastradamus. The 2024 Bengals finished at 25th overall defense behind the Indianapolis Colts.
Good job, Pay. Let me also say out loud, Kenny Pickett was traded for a 5th round pick. So, 50-50 like Big G. You win one, you lose one.
Hey man, those are good odds. I'll take that.
So, Pay, man, what's going on with the Ravens, man? Like, what are we looking for? Think the offense will be better than it was last year? I think the defense is going to be better. The defense is scary. And they signed their second round pick, Mike Green. They got him in.
I didn't hear they signed Mike Green yet, but
what am I mistaken with maybe then?
I didn't know that they signed any of their second rounders, but if they did, perfect. The dominoes are falling as we expected them to. As far as your question, while you look that up about the
Mike
offense,
Green signs rookie contract, rookie class all signed for the
to the moon,
30,
Alice.
30,
to the moon.
33, not 50-50 no more. Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't say he didn't. I said I haven't heard. That's different.
Okay. Touche. Go ahead, tell us about the Ravens, man. The offense. Start out with.
So there is a question. I mean, it's a fair question to assume that the offense in his third year under Todd Monken is like, okay, I think we've seen their heights. There should be a regression, and some teams might catch up to what they got going on over there, right? So it's a fair question around the NFL, around the division. Like, yeah, I don't think the Ravens are going to be as good as they were last year. I mean, there was a 13-win team last year, somewhere around there, 12 wins. So, yeah, I mean, trends don't continue to go that way. It's not like some of these meme coins. They don't continue to go up to the moon like Alice. But there is a ebbs and flow situation with the NFL. However, I still think the Ravens do have the personnel, the talent to still lead the division where it matters. They have all the stars at every point of the roster, but I don't think the offense is the most. I know the defense isn't where the focal point. I don't think the offense is, as it relates to scoring points, is where the eyeballs should be as we're heading in, as the Ravens report to camp in 4 days. Talking about the vets, the rookies are already there. I think we're going to have to start looking at the offensive line again for a second offseason in a row. Last offseason, we talked ad nauseum, especially outside of the Baltimore fanscape, about what they're going to do with the offensive line. They can't block for Lamar Jackson. He's coming into camp weighing 108 pounds, soaking wet. He's going to be hurt. They was pretty good last year replacing 3 guys. This year they got to replace another interior lineman, and they got to replace his backup, if I'm not mistaken. So step in. I believe his name is Andrew Voorhees. Let me check that, make sure it is Andrew Voorhees and not a different Voorhees.
Teddy Voorhees.
Okay,
Jason Voorhees.
If it's Jason Voorhees, all y'all are screwed.
He's a killer.
But yeah, I think that's where I think that is the biggest question mark for this team, just because anytime you have a shakeup on your offensive line, if it's just one person or like they had 3 last year, it is calls for everyone to pay attention. But I have faith that the coaches, they have the track record. They can scheme them up and they can figure some things out and make sure this well-oiled machine continues to look very powerful.
No, I don't disagree with you, man. I think Baltimore has a lot of pieces. I think they have the best roster in our division. I mean, You could argue they got. Well, it's hard to split between the two, splitting hairs. I mean, they got the top two quarterbacks, but you could say Joe Burrow is one. Joe Burrow has better passing numbers, been to a Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson has two MVP, should be three. They got arguably the best two quarterbacks in the division, 1A, 1B, however you look at it, and two of the four best quarterbacks in the NFL. So, and you could say the 2 and 3 in the NFL. I mean, so I don't know, but I think Baltimore has the best roster. I like some of their additions. I like their draft. Baltimore's going to be a really, really good team again. I got a message from Tim Lyons. Tim Lyons says it's confirmed that Samar Stewart is not going back to college. So
he's back there working out. That's what I said.
Right, but no, this
I know he was trying to. There was a lot of speculation, as we said earlier, that he might be trying to go back to college and da. He's back there working out, but that still bodes bad for the team for him coming back to training camp. I think he's willing to sit out.
I like it from as a negotiation tactic, though.
Yeah, but even if he, like I said earlier, even if he were to try, here's another thing. He may not. He could say he's trying to go back to college and go somewhere other than Texas A&M. You know what I mean? He can go back, whatever. But the NCAA is not going to make that decision this year. He'll have to still sit out the entire year and then still end up back in the draft. Does this remind you of anybody? Maybe a running back from Ohio State years ago? Challenged the rule and didn't
I thought you were talking about Ezekiel, but yeah.
Are you talking about Maurice Claret?
Maurice Claret.
Mo Claret. We should title this episode Buckeyes Behind Bars.
Oh, wow.
Well, Maurice Claret has turned his life around. He's a well-renowned motivational speaker. Shout out to Maurice.
Yeah. Shout out to him. Shout out to Reformation. I love it.
Yeah. So, Super Chat. Gerald, thanks for the $4.99, man. The Steelers go all in and give a third for Jennings. I don't think they do, Gerald. I think you don't go all in for Jennings. I like Jennings, Juwan Jennings. If I had the choice, I would rather give up a fifth and Calvin Austin. If it was me, because I think Roman Wilson and Calvin Austin will play similar positions, though they're different in style. Roman Wilson's not quite as fast, but is a better run blocker. But 49ers like to run the ball too, like their receivers to block, so they probably don't want Calvin Austin. But that's the kind of deal I'm looking at. I don't give up a third. I think the Steelers want to maintain those first through fourth round draft picks. I know they have multiple in the third and the fourth. I think they want to hold on to those for tradable assets going into next year's draft. But that's why even the pick they traded, swap picks with for Jonnu Smith, it's for 2027. But so I wouldn't do that. I think they get a safety before they get a wide receiver too. I think they're okay with going with Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson, unless somebody becomes available at cut down time and stuff like that. They might bring somebody in. So with that being said, let me just go ahead.
Well, why would you spend that type of money for a slot receiver, a guy who's not a 1 or a 2? He's trying to get paid as a 1 because of his unique situation in San Francisco, but he's definitely not a 1.
Yeah.
And I don't even think he's
not going to get paid as a 1.
but
he fits he don't want $30 million a year. That's 1 money.
For this year, he wants a pay raise for this year because he will essentially be the winner.
Right. Well, Brandon Ayuk is going to come back. They drafted Pearsall last year. I don't think he gets that. He's a free agent next year. He's getting paid $6 million. I think if you get him up to around between 12 and 15, he'd be okay with that. And I think if they trade Calvin Austin, if that could happen, Calvin Austin's up next year and he's going to want to get paid. So You go ahead and pay the guy that fits better. You let
Paid
Calvin
for
Austin be
what?
the problem. I'm sorry.
Paid for
What I do?
what?
Who are we talking about, B Dirt?
Calvin
What is it?
Austin.
Paid for being number 3. He's gonna get $12 million a year, 10 to 12 million. He's gonna get next year. I
Well,
don't care what.
if you're gonna stick to the Buckeye theme of the night, if you want to go all in and give up a day 2 draft pick, why don't you look at that guy over there in DC?
No, Terry Lauren costs too much money. I mean, plus they're not going to
All
trade
in.
him. I'm not. No, we're not
Calvin-
all in.
Calvin
If we were all
Austin
in, we
averages-
trade some of the draft picks.
Calvin Austin's averaging 364 yards per season and 2.5 touchdowns per season.
1 yard per day of the year.
B Dirt. Write a receipt. We'll come back and $12 million a year next year. Easy. If he saves the Steelers, he's getting $12 million a year. That's number 3 receiver money. Kick return money or punt return money. Ran back some punt returns for touchdowns. He has value. $12 million is not breaking the bank. Not a lot. Super chat from Claude. Do grammatically correct will be does Omar lead the Steelers without a true number 2 wide receiver this year? And you missed my last super chat. Thanks, gentlemen.
Get back
What's
on
your
the road.
last super?
Get back on the road, Tate.
Let me go back. I'm counting on B Dirt and Pay to tell me if they see a super chat.
Well, B is writing, and I was.
Well, now he's writing.
I was trying to be comedy relief. My bad. His earliest super chat was $2. Deep down, B Dirt is a low key Steelers fan. I think I hear that once a week about you, B Dirt. Are you going to answer these allegations or no?
B Dirt don't give me no Steeler fan. Claude,
are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Go home, Claude, with that one.
I get that because I'm knowledgeable. Because I live in Pittsburgh and I hear BS about this team constantly.
Wait. Did you
I
just
got
say
some knowledge about them?
Did you just say Smart and Steelers are have a symbiotic relationship?
No, I know a lot about their team because I pay attention to football, and I live in Pittsburgh, so I hear a bunch of BS about this team constantly.
So what you're saying is paying attention to football, i.e., Steeler fan.
No,
Yeah.
I don't hear that.
No. What I'm saying is they're like, oh, B Dirt knows a lot about the Steelers and about Steelers football, what's going on around here. It's because I sit and listen and observe rather than just bitch about the coach.
So what you're saying is that yellow in the Michigan Wolverines jersey color scheme.
That's maize.
That maize that you also wear that on Sundays is what I think that's what Claude's getting at.
That's non-factual. You saw the only black and yellow because it's not gold that I own at the All-Star game, and it had one script Pirates across the back, and that was it.
Oh, that was also a Pittsburgh team.
It's the only thing I own.
Plot thickens.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up right now, guys. We're coming up on the time. I'm briefly talk about the Steelers real quick. Like the move, sign TJ Watt. You had to. That's what the market is. It's a high contract. It's risk if he gets hurt, but I think he's evolving and adding rush power to his rush, and along with the speed, still while he has it. So I like that move. I like the veteran additions to the team. I'm excited about training camp that starts Thursday. They arrive on Wednesday. Mike Tomlin runs a trust training camp with TJ Watt signed. There's no anything to really talk about outside of Aaron Rodgers being a new quarterback. I mean, so things will pipe down a little bit, but I'm looking forward to training camp and seeing the camp battles, and some of the things going on. I think the offense will be better. I think the defense will be top 5 as of right now. I'm calling it out. And in my opinion, I think the Steelers just pretty confidently passed the Bengals for the second best team in the division. So my take, but it's going to be a tight division. But I think that just put them over because their defense is now solidified. We had the question, is TJ going to sign? Is TJ going to hold out? Well, now we got the answers to that. And I think that helps make one of the differences. Last super chat from Gerald again, $1.99. Thanks, Gerald. B Dirt, my G, you seem a bit hostile tonight.
Don't he?
I just said my tolerance for bullshit's just real low today. I'm sorry.
Oh, gotta dump that word. Gotta dump it. Yes.
Oh, is that part of the 7?
That's part of the 7. George Carlin will not be happy.
My bad.
But
horse
with
hockey.
that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. If you guys want to pick this up on overtime, we can. We'll be on overtime shortly. Check it out. B Dirt will be driving the train on overtime. What are we going to be talking about on OT, B Dirt?
We're going to talk about some all-star games, some all-star players, and a little bit of college football too. A little baseball, a little basketball, a little college football. Let's see where it takes us.
A smorgasbord on the menu. So yeah, with that being said, fellas, we about to get on out of here and jump on over to OT. So thanks everybody for rocking with us. Thanks for your super chats. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for your participation. And thanks for getting Pay and B Dirt worked up. And now B Dirt is hostile. B Dirt, I never get Steeler fan from you, bro. I know you live in Pittsburgh. I've been to the game with you at the times Heinz Field, repping the Bengals all day.
Oh, I wore a free
Burfitt shirt after he put Antonio into a coma or concussion protocol, and he was repping his boys. No Steeler fan from B Dirt. Pay just wants to start a pot, get some bullshit started. Pay, I know what you're doing, man.
Oh, horse hockey.
Horse.
Hey, it's Friday. That Friday night after 9. That's not too much for Friday nights, man. Come on.
Hey, man. Hey.
With that,
behavior.
With that being said, jump on over to OT and check out what we got to talk about over there. See you in a few minutes. Peace.
Let's go.
Mamba out.